So Sam Cedar donkey punched a bunch of right-wingers on Piers Morgan's show. I've been putting this off because I have a feeling the video will go a little long. I'll try to cut it up and keep it as short as I can. Unfortunately, good ideas just don't fit on a bumper sticker.
I mean, hang on. That's not true. I mean, there's some of the stuff that came out about USAID, for example, some of the way that American taxpayers' money was being squandered on ridiculous projects.
Oh, wait a second.
And it wasn't insignificant sums of money.
Wait a second. You can determine that you can have an opinion that it's squandered. I can have an opinion that it's squandered, but it's been appropriated by the Congress. And in America, we have actually both statutory, constitutional, and court cases that say the president of the United States and the executive branch cannot decide unilaterally that they're not going to appropriate money that Congress has appropriated. I mean, the line item video has been found to be unconstitutional. We have the Impoundment Control Act from 1974. We have Train v. New York City from 1974, which is a Supreme Court case which enforces that. What they're doing is fundamentally illegal. I mean, you may think that some of the spending is not worthy. I may think it's not worthy, but that's just not the way our government works.
Pause it. And if you watch Sam's show, you laughed a little bit right there. Sam Cedar is the kind of dude who goes to tort reform conferences for fun. I have no idea why they fed him these two other idiots. And I guess the two other idiots are masochists. Good God, it gets bad.
Okay, Gillian, you were shaking your head there.
Because it doesn't seem that the government is working. As a layman, when the USAID is exposed in the fashion that it has been, and all of a sudden we have this transparency that we've never had in my lifetime.
None of this stuff was hidden at all. None of this stuff was hidden at all. It's just
so you're telling me that the average American knew that we were funding friggin' operas for trans people in who knows where?
I mean,
nobody knew this.
USAID was supporting.
Come on, man. Do you really believe that?
Yes,
do you really believe that people knew this and this was common knowledge? And there's no question that some of this was a slush fund for the CIA.
Well, actually, you know what? The truth is, you can both be right here, right? Yes. Sam is right that it was there to be found, and Gillian's right that absolutely nobody told the American people about the specifics. So
now Piers knows that her former job of screaming at overweight people on television didn't prepare her for this. The motherfucker's talking about, do you think the average American knows? The average American reads at a 6th grade level. The average American thought Biden make egg go up. The average American thinks Trump make egg go away. And look at the fucking worm next to her. We'll get to his slimy ass soon.
And you can both be right. What can happen in our process of government?
No, I understand. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying it wasn't there. I'm not saying it wasn't there to be found. But Benny, it was only when Elon Musk and his young team of guys with their sabers got into it, they found this stuff, right, and told people.
They didn't find it. They just they publicized it.
Well, exactly.
And,
that's how the that's how the American that's how the American people found out about it.
They don't have authority to cut it.
Yes.
So Congress, Republicans control every house of Congress. They control the presidency. They could pass a bill tomorrow saying, we don't want to fund these things. But what's happening when they cut USAID is you've got literally 400,000 meals for children who are technically wasting away. It's in Africa. Maybe my guests don't care about that. But the fact is that they're sitting in warehouses in Rhode Island and in Georgia right now, food that is pre-digested practically because these kids are starving and it's sitting in warehouses. It's going bad and they have no way to ship it because USAID has been shut down.
All right, Benny.
I'm sorry.
Benny?
That's not constitutional or legal.
Okay, Benny.
It's incredible. So I've heard the Constitution thrown around a lot here. All right, let's talk about Article 2 of the Constitution.
So this filthy fucker, he says that Article 2 of the Constitution made Donald Trump the king of the entire world. A thing that you should know about this guy is that he got caught up in a scandal where he was being paid millions of dollars to produce propaganda for the Russian government. How he's avoided involuntary sexual servitude in the backstall of the shithouse in a federal prison is a mystery to me. Here we are, though.
I don't like them cutting the FDA.
Do you like the level of debt your country's in?
I don't think it's as much of a problem as you do, but here we know the debt shot off like a rocket with the Bush tax cuts and then with the Trump tax cuts, and they want to extend those. And so if we want to deal with the debt, and if that's a genuine concern, we can go back to the time in this country where we had the greatest economic expansion during the 50s and the 60s, when we had a top tax marginal rate of 90%, of every dollar that would be earned over $470,000. Today, it would be $3 million. And if these guys are very concerned about the debt and deficit, we have a way of raising that money. We can go back to the greatest economic time of this country. So if that's genuinely their concern, we have that power to do it. I mean, we're not spending, as a function of GDP, we're not spending significantly more per capita than we were in those years. The problem is that we don't have the revenue. There's been huge tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires and presided over by two Republican administrations over the past 20 years.
Okay, Benny, on that point, respond.
Here's, I love
This smirking fucking idiot is about to tell you exactly what he knows. Spoiler alert. He doesn't know a fucking thing.
it. I love it. This is my favorite argument I've ever heard on your show. I love it. Go to the American people. Sam, I beg of you, join the DNC, run for DNC chair. I'll do anything, okay? I want your ideas to be the ideas that Democrats bring to the midterms and to the 2028 election. More IRS agents. Raise taxes to 90% of wages. I love it, Sam.
No,
How do
not
I get you
90%
in the
of wages.
chair, man?
90%
How do I
for
do
every
it?
dollar.
How do I do it? Where can I donate, Sam?
Just
It's
send the
amazing.
money to me
It's the
directly.
greatest argument ever. You're right, Sam. You should
Taxing
totally
millionaires
have
and
the entire
billionaires
Democrat Party
actually
make that
does
argument.
quite well in terms of polling. And when Americans see what wealth disparity looks like in this country today, when they actually see the wealth disparity,
Yeah, we've seen
it's
wealth
quite
disparity.
popular.
It looks like a federal government that's $37 trillion in debt, spending money on total bullshit.
You don't know what wealth disparity means.
and absolute and total fraud. Hey, Sam, why don't you answer?
You
a quick
can
question?
Google it and
Why
find
is
out what it means.
hey Sam, why don't you answer a quick question for me? Why are the richest counties in all of America, the 5 major counties in the DMV right around Washington, D.C.? Can you explain to me, what do those counties do? Are there some mineral deposits there I don't know about? Did they strike oil? Is there some type of rich industry
answer your
that's created
question.
around
I
Washington?
can-
Maybe you can answer
I can-
me that question. Why
I
are
can
those
answer
people
that
so
question.
filthy rich?
I
You don't
can-
seem to like rich
I-
people, so maybe
I can-
explain why.
I can answer
why-
that question.
What does DC
You want me to
make,
answer it?
Sam?
It's lobbyists. It's lobbyists, like all of the ones that have been appointed to Donald Trump's cabinet and to political positions. Rich lobbyists for all sorts of these industries that you supposedly have a problem with. I mean, that's where all the money is being made. It's not being made by federal workers. It's being made by lobbyists. And those are sent by corporations. If you will join me as part of my campaign that you're interested in me running the Democratic Party, in calling for Donald Trump to fire all of the lobbyists he's hired so far, it wouldn't leave many people left in the government. But if you'll join me with that, we can start to chip away at that problem you have with the counties around DC.
And then there's some breaking news, and this fucking Russian propagandist goes and pretends he knows what he's talking about a lot. Watch the Majority Report tomorrow. Starts at noon Eastern, lasts till 2:30-ish. It depends on what's going on and what kind of mood they're in. Stay safe and stay dangerous. I love every one of you, like I love pomegranates. Left is best.